Hey folks, welcome back. In this video, we will be talking about Python method overloading and method overriding. So these are the one of the concepts of object-oriented programming. And let's talk about the definition of method overloading. So a method with the same name behaves differently based on the number of parameters it received or the data types of the parameters. So in simple terms, a class can have multiple methods with the same name, but with different parameters or data types. So Python does not allow it because we can't have multiple methods with the same name. So how do we achieve it in Python? So Python provides a way like we can pass the optional parameters and we can pass different data types for the same argument. So we can also use the conditionals to achieve this. So let's look at the example. So here we have the package class. So that takes the product and it just packages it. So let me copy this code to the playground. So now we have the package. So let's look at the definition. So we have the initializer method that takes the product as a parameter and it is assigning it as a attribute. So self product equals to product, and after that we have one more method that is pack product. So it takes the one parameter that is optional, is gift equals to by default it is none. So if we pass it as a true, then it will pack the product as a gift that we can see here. So if is gift, then we are returning the your product is packed as a gift. So otherwise we are just returning your product is packed. So that's the definition of the class. So let's create the instance of the class. Pack equals to package of, so it expects one parameter that is product. So let me use Samsung phone and pack. Okay, let me store the result equals to pack product, and let's print result. So here what we are doing, we just initialize the object with the product Samsung phone, and we have the result, and we are calling the pack product, and we are storing the whatever the return value in that is returned in result variable, and then we are printing it. So let's save it and run it. Python method overloading and overriding and playground. So here we can see that your Samsung phone is packed. So here if we look at the if we look at the line number 13, so here we are calling the pack product method, but we are not passing any parameters to it. So it means the default value is none. So when this method is executed, so it is taking for is gift. If is gift, if is gift is none, so that is false. Then it is going to the else condition, and it is returning the your product is packed. So here we can see the result. So let me copy the line number 13 and 14. This time we will be passing is gift equals to true. So we just want to pack the Samsung phone as a gift. So let's run it. So here we can see that for the second time we got your Samsung phone is packed as a gift. So here it is, we can see clearly see that. So for the first time we didn't pass any parameters, so it's behaving differently. And for the second call we are passing the one parameter, is gift equals to true, and then we are it's giving the different result. So it's behaving differently for the same method with different arguments. So here we can see that the definition is properly implemented. So that's the method overloading. We can use it in many places as it is required. Let's talk about the definition of method overriding. So method overriding allows child class to define the same method name as parent class and replace or modify the behavior of the method. So that's the definition. So let's say we have classes, two classes A and B, and A has the method display and it does something inside that, and we don't want that inside in whatever the inherited class, that is class B. So let's say class B is inheriting class A, and we don't want to behave the display method. We want to modify it or replace with some other behavior, and then we can just define the method inside the child class and do that. So let's look at the simple example here. So for this example, we have a rectangle and square. So we have two classes. So square is inheriting the rectangle class. So the difference between rectangle and square is that, so rectangle has opposite sides equal, and whereas square has all sides equal. So a square is a special case of rectangle where all sides are equal. Okay, so let me copy the code to playground. So okay, looks like here what it is saying, inconsistent use of tab spaces in indentation. Okay, looks like we have tabs here. Let me remove that and save it. Okay, cool. um So here let's look at the definition of the class rectangle. So here we have the initializer method that takes length and breadth as a parameters, and we are assigning that to self dot length equals to length and self dot breadth equals to breadth. After that, we have two more methods, that is area and perimeter. So area returns self dot length into self dot breadth, and perimeter returns two times of self dot length plus self dot breadth. So that's the rectangle class. So let's look at the child class, that is square. So it is inheriting the parent class rectangle. So as we already know that when we inherit it, so we acquire all the properties from the parent class to the child class. So in parent class we have init method and area and perimeter. So let me comment this out. So if we look at it, so square has all the properties as rectangle. So but we know that we can't pass these two, length and breadth. So that's because both are same. So we can have just one side to pass and calculate the area and perimeter. So that's the reason we are just overriding the method init. So here we the init method for the parent class, init method is taking length and breadth that are as parameters, two parameters, length and breadth. But for the square we just need only one. That's because all the sides are equal. So for that reason we are just overriding the method init. So we are just modifying the init method for child class. So that is this. So here we just define the init method, and we are only taking one parameter, that is side. And after that we need all this functionality. So we are just calling the parent class init method. So for that we are just using the super keyword to call the parent class method. So we are just calling that init method, and we are passing side and side. That's because parent class init method takes length and breadth. Yeah, so we defined we overridden the init method, and we defined the square. So now we can test it. So let me create the object for rectangle. Rectangle, oh, okay, rect equals to rectangle. It takes two parameters, that is length and breadth. So let's say we have length as 10 and breadth as 20, and let's print the area. Okay, before that let's print the rectangle here, just to uh, know that the area belongs to rectangle. So area rect dot area, and now we want perimeter. So let me copy perimeter here, and we are calling perimeter. Okay, so let's run it and see. So here we can see that we have rectangle, and here we calculated the area, and we calculated the perimeter. So if we look at this, length into breadth. So 10 into 20, that is 200, and 2 times of length breadth, so that is 10 plus 20, 30 into 2, that is 60. So let's talk about the square now. Okay, let me copy all this and just change the name rectangle to square. So here what we are doing, so we created the object for square. Oh, oops, we also need to update this to square as we used. And we also need to update this. That's because square class takes only one argument. So square. So now we define the square, and it will calculate the area and perimeter. That's because here we just override in the class, sorry, override in the method init. So let me save it and run it again. So here we can see that it calculated the perimeter and area of the square. Yeah, so sides area, that is s square, whatever the side that we pass. So 10 into 10, that is 100, that is calculated fine. And perimeter, that is 4 into a, 4 times a. So sorry, 4 times side. So 4 into 10, that is 40. So we calculated it properly. So here we use the uh, method overriding concept with the square class. So here we just override in the init method. So that's how we use the method overloading and method overriding. So these are very simple concepts, but very powerful. Yeah, that's all for this video. If you find this video is useful to you, then like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.